Hey, Shalom, Akim, all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rahak Wadash, double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, salutations, and blessings to the elect out there pushing the truth across the four corners of the earth. And I just wanted to jump in on the hot topic because I've been seeing it for a while. Myself, certain brothers have, particular spirits, and it can lead to an imbalance. There's nothing wrong with fellowship, but you have to remember we're doing stuff. This is a company, which is a company is just a group, but our particular group is supposed to be occupied in prophecy and in the Lord's business. And one of the lessons that we're learning is rulership. All right, we're learning how to be a part of a body and lead younger men at when it's time, and be an example. And I just wanted to go to a couple of scriptures because it's very important for you. That example is extremely important. One thing I notice, young men, especially who don't have a lot of life experience, they, they're at that beginner stage. They parrot a lot of things, and not just what you say, but what you do. Right? They'll parrot your jokes. They'll parrot, how you do stuff. They'll parrot your spirit. Now, you're in a good mood, all of a sudden they're in a good mood, So it's very important, to be that wise example. And that's basically what a ruler does. A ruler is that example for his people on how to rule. Right? We always complain about Esau's a wicked ruler, which he is a piece of shit and a low life. We complain, scriptures say, he that doeth evil to himself. Well, we're understanding and learning how to do good to yourself. All right. So I want to bring out a couple of scriptures on discipline, because discipline is the foundation of what we do. This is Proverbs 10:1. It says, the Proverbs of Solomon, a wise son maketh a glad father, but a foolish son is the heaviness of his mother. All right. And at a certain point in the ancient world, like in this kingdom, we're dumbed down. It's a pipeline of, you graduate high school and then you either get a job or you go to college, or, it's some bullshit, then your parents are working until they get old. But in the ancient world, the culture was a little different, all right? Especially if your people own land, they own real estate, they might have had servants or whatever their situation was. They had a business, and you would take over that business, and it would be up to the son to shadow his father, to get that understanding from his father, so that, like the scriptures say, his father leave behind an avenger. His father, sets that example and sets that tone for that memorial, that legacy of their family. All right. And when you look at the kings of Judah, you have certain kings who were righteous, you have certain kings who were wicked. But ultimately, Yahweh Shai came out of that line, which is the head of all Israel. All right, and we sit there and read and pick apart different things that happened, different situations, how wisdom wasn't applied in certain situations, and how certain situations wisdom was applied. And so, seeing that, like the scriptures say, reading those things of old are written for our learning. So, one of the things that you notice is the men who are disciplined, the men who have the fear of the Lord, those are the men who are prosperous. Verse 2, it says, treasures of wickedness profit nothing, but righteousness delivers from death. And what you're seeing on the left-hand side, all of these people who gain riches, all these people who took the shortcut, the easy way, and what you notice is a trend too. With it, they got into that Babylon spirit, man. They owned a liquor company. They was all at the club. Look at all these. You got Diddy, and I'm not going to say all your names. You know who I'm talking about. All right, but all these people who are a bunch of weirdos, especially Jake. That's what they do to Jake. Jake has to be an entertainer to, get to a certain level. But they go that entertainment route. They got to be a performer. A club guy. They got to be a fashion guy, sex, all this. all this bullshit, man, which is not going to profit them. All right, and it's failing them now. But the thing is, righteousness, like it says, deliver from death. Right? It says the Lord will not suffer the soul of the righteous to famish. All right, so the Lord is going to remember everything we're doing. The scriptures say that you reap what you sow. All right, we all receive the kingdom. The elect all receive the kingdom of heaven. I hope I'm in that number. But every man is going to receive his reward, his crown. Right? You're going to get out what you put in. You know, and we have to remember that, man, and keep faith, because sometimes, things can get glim. Hey, sometimes you do got to step out. Sometimes you do, scriptures talk about that, man. Wine make it the heart merry. Seeing a beautiful woman. There's a couple of scriptures that come to mind, but it's a balance. It's a balance. I had the pleasure of coming into the truth, and I had already been to college, and I already been to, parties, and I was partied out. I'm like, man, fuck that. I'm here for business. But every brother, has their own walk, and I had to kind of take over my household from a young age. So I had to make a lot of hard decisions and sacrifices early. So I understood, raising up, my sibling and different family. So I kind of, had an understanding of how to be responsible, but, every brother's different, right? But you got to go down that road, man. You got to embrace that discipline. It says, but he casteth away the substance of the wicked. He becometh poor, so you really don't want to put yourself in the same cloth as these people who are right now. They're getting the back end of the deal. All right, you don't want to put yourself in the same lane as them. You just a party guy, and you know what I'm saying. Especially, that's not even your job. You just doing that to appease the flesh. You don't want to be one of those background people. All right, there's a time and place for everything, but for the most part, right now, we gotta chill out with a lot of stuff. Especially now, this is the end of the year of Jacob's trouble. And we can clearly see Jacob's trouble is right around the corner. And a lot of the shit that over the years brothers have been dealing with, and little setbacks and shit, and during Jacob's trouble, you're not gonna be able to just run into a hospital, run over here to this brother and beg these brothers. It might not go down like that. You might not have access to that. All right. It says, he becometh poor that dealeth with a slack hand, which ultimately poverty and adversity, what's the scripture? Yeah. Poverty and riches are of the Lord. Whatever adversity you go through is of the Lord. But certain things you can put yourself in a bind by doing certain things. It says, he becometh poor that dealeth with a slack hand, but the hand of the diligent maketh rich. And see, this is the discipline to continue to be diligent year after year. You know what I'm saying? When you look at, like, I'm a sports person. You look at the guy that everybody looks at, which, again, fuck this world, but you can look at some of these people, for example, because they do have higher levels of discipline, right, and diligence. At the hand of the diligent maketh rich. That's the discipline. Being, and I cutting my damn self first and foremost. Being consistent, being diligent. Going the extra mile, even when you don't have to. Doing things that, you don't necessarily have to do. Stepping up your game. It says, he that gathereth in summer is a wise son, but he that sleepeth in harvest is a son that causes shame. And right now, what does it say? The harvest is ready, the laborers are few. You have a lot of people who are about to jump for this word, because they see what's about to happen. All right, you're seeing these Christians come with their campaign and try to hijack the scriptures and hijack all the breakdowns and all of this shit. I've been seeing that on Twitter all day. Ezekiel 38 and 39, and that's World War III, which is, I'm saying, damn, I ain't never seen Esau do all this. But that shit, that's what they're gonna do. Right? They're gonna take that. They're gonna take the word. They're gonna fill in that bullshit doctrine and their variation of it, and then try to deceive everybody else. But the elect is gonna already know, right? And how will they know without a preacher? It says, yeah, that was it on that. All right, I had some more too. All right, yeah. When you were in the ancient world, if you didn't plant your seeds at the right time of the year, you're not gonna have a harvest. It's not like now you could just go to Walmart. You know what I'm saying? It's cold. So get up, go to the store. Blah. No, you have to actually put that work in. You have to actually have things organized. You have to have your service over here. Because then we have this many cattle. These cattle have to be fed. Then we have to have water daily over here. And then we have to, this plot of land is for this. And this, it's organization. All right. And that's all week I've been trying to do that myself. Become more organized, write things down, go over things, refreshing over things. It's a continuous cycle and a continuous process. And if you're always drunken, if you're always partying, and you're always, you got some bullshit music on, it's just a time and place for everything. But if you always are into that, always engaged into that, then you're not going to be focused. You're not really going to be focused. All right, we're going to come back to this one. Yeah, it's good to know scriptures, but you have to apply what you know. Be a doer and not a hearer. This is Sirach 32. And yeah, that's the point I was going to make. Yeah, 11. It says, rise up betimes, right, beforehand, right, and be not the last, and get thee home without delay. Hey, sometimes it's just time to go. Right? Sometimes you don't have to be the last guy at the door. Everybody want, oh man, the party's finally over when I leave. No, sometimes sometimes you leave early. Right? Sometimes you just drop in, right, go to a little spot, little bar, something, watch a game. You know what I'm saying? Shoot some pool, something like nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying? Not nowhere, no techno and there's drugs and all kind of crazy. Something like. And then, you feel your buzz. You know what I'm saying? Maybe talk to some ladies, and then keep it moving. All right, get thee home without delay. Be not the last. Sometimes you gotta go, man. And what that does is you kind of rob yourself, in a way, and then next time you're gonna enjoy it that much more. Like, okay, well, I'll just come back, later. I'm gonna go back to home, get back to work, and then I'll be back out there later. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta cut things short. All right, Sirach 20 and 31. Better is he that hideth his folly than a man that hideth his wisdom. And you gotta excuse me, I don't have my my Bible app. I got a new setup. I'm still getting my phone and stuff set up. But you get the point, man. Better is he that hideth his folly than a man that hideth his wisdom. All right, because somebody who, especially young men watching you, and you constantly, on folly and drunken and, and all of that stuff. It's good that it's just better just to hide all that. Everybody don't have to see all that. All right, especially younger men, because they're not going to understand, and they're going to take that to the max, and that's a lesson that you learn as you go through life. Of course, this thing is a discipline, it's a yoke, but then you do have your times where, you ease up and you can, go out and do what enjoy yourself. But even with that, you don't overdo it. You don't overdo it. And some bros, maybe you just need to kind of chill out. Hey, this year for the summertime, really didn't step out too much. I was really busy. I was doing a lot of side jobs. I was, doing a lot of other things. You might have to take the season off. We don't know how long we're gonna be here, but we know we're coming down to the wire. All right. Sometimes you got to do that. You have to make adjustments. You got to be your own general, your own coach, your own king. Hey, you know what? I was talking to another brother like this. Like, man, in October, I usually get fucked up. My car start breaking down. It's usually the month where I go through a lot. Let me beforehand kind of hold back on, spending on all this extra stuff. And then when that time hits, what I'm saying, I'm going to just kind of chill out. And I'm going to just sit it down. And that worked pretty well for me. And whatever your situation is, you have to know. And you got to, read the things that are going on around you. Like sometimes you got to just sit down for a season. You got to, get in. You know what? I'm going to really get into the scriptures. I'm going to really try to read the roll and try to hit, 5 chapters a day. I'm going to really then I'm going to hit the weights, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm going to, get into whatever else, other business stuff. You got to do that. You got to be able to change that, the wavelength that you're on. Then maybe after all is said and done, I get all my business accomplished, I have 2 cups of wine, a moderate amount. Scriptures say that wine drunk in a moderate amount. All right. It's no reason for us to be just drunken and not paying attention, and you out in the world around Gentiles, like the scriptures say, they marvel that we are not riotous as them. Basically, it's a separation. Like, what do you mean? Y'all don't celebrate Thanksgiving? That's what people are doing around this time. At work, I see it. Everybody's jolly, and it's a lot of it's a lot of folly going on, and everybody's going to the house party and sleeping around and wasting all their money on bullshit. And then of course we know they put chemicals in the food, and they got certain shit in the airways too, so a lot of people get sick. So instead of doing all that, you'd be like, you know what, this year I'm gonna just save my money. I'm gonna have a couple of little herbs and stuff, and then I'm gonna just chill out. I'm not even gonna do a bunch of decadent foods, and I'm gonna just diet, do my cucumber salads, just little ideas, man, just to tweak your situation. And that's what meditation is for. You think about the things that you've done. You pray to the Lord for wisdom, right? Just like Solomon, he prayed to the Lord for wisdom, and then the Lord is gonna put that wisdom in your path, and you have to apply that wisdom continually. All right, and these are the ways of kings. This is something that was lost, man. You look at the heathens, like I was looking at in Colombia, they were doing they're already doing Christmas parades, and there'd be a lot of parades, idolatry, and revelry, and you know what I'm saying? And the whole time, shit, Esau done had all you people trek all the way here to fucking Babylon, to probably be destroyed and trapped here. We're gonna see, what happens. I said, damn, man, these people are foolish. They still join to these damn idols. And they still ain't taking shit seriously. They still think that this shit is sweet. All right, and remember, us, because to understand wisdom, man, you have to have a disciplined mind. This isn't just for a bumbling idiot, and then the Lord is gonna give you His secrets, and you're just no. That's not no. All right. No, that's not how it's gonna happen. Right? And basically the Stoics, they got their understanding. The principles of Stoicism come from the scriptures, man. Wisdom of Solomon 8:7. If a man love righteousness, her labors are virtues, her labors. Yeah, this is a yoke, this is a labor, right, of continual self-mastery, you know. And you fall, you get back up, you slip. Okay, let me go again. You get rebuked, you receive understanding, you push forward. All right, but we're not here to fall into the same cycle and the same bullshit, and then Jake supplants so Jake will play games and try to play on brothers' heartstrings, and I need some money for this, man. I'll never do it again, man. I didn't even know this time, man. And it'd be like, damn, bro, you done did the same shit year after year after year. Like, no, bro, nah, you ain't focused, man. You playing. So we're gonna have to do some straightening. It said, for she teaches temperance. Ooh, temperance. Temperance, knowing how to cut shit off, knowing how to go without. All right, and that in this kingdom, man, that you know, let's say the lust of the eyes, like this kingdom all about capitalism, and you must buy, and you can have this and that. They be like, oh man, knowing how to cut things off, knowing how to fast when nobody's looking, to put in the work when nobody's watching, nobody's cheering for you. You know, that's what we're here to do. That's what we're doing right now. Right? The apostles been doing that for years, working, laboring, nobody watching, nobody cheering, and at a certain point, it's gonna all pan out. Shit, it's panning out now. And all these camps nationwide are their fruit. All right, it says prudence, yeah, prudence, justice, and fortitude. All right, let's go to prudence. Wisdom applied to practice. Prudence implies caution in deliberating and consulting on the most suitable means to accomplish variable purposes, and the exercise of sagacity in discerning and selecting them. Prudence differs from wisdom in this, that prudence implies more caution and reserve than wisdom, or is exercised more in foreseeing and avoiding evil. So you have to have the foresight to see, the scriptures say, see what is good for you. You have to be able to know that, like, man, this is gonna be too much, man. this is gonna be too much if I do this. I don't need to be over here. I don't need to be. I mean, let's have a real conversation. I don't need to be at this club. I don't need to be doing this right now. All right, it says, because you're supposed to, at the end of the day, you're gonna have to guide somebody else, and they're gonna have questions. They're gonna have challenges. All right, the scriptures say the elect is gonna have command over angels. It says it is sometimes mere caution or circumspection. Prudence is principally in reference to actions to be done in due means, order, season, and method of doing or not doing. So it takes some thought. All right, justice and fortitude. Yeah, the fortitude to stand up and to just deal with shit. Right? Things get stressful. Sometimes, man, you just lay it down early. You just need 8 hours, man. 7, 8 hours, lay it down. Get up, think on things, meditate over things. Fast, however long you're gonna fast throughout the day. Then you come up with a game plan. Right, but when you're drunken and you always bullshitting and you're always, in a wrong spirit, then you're not focused. Everything sneaks up on you. Every deadline you missing. Every bill. Oh, my bill's late. This bill's late. That bill's late. This bill's late. Oh, the deadline for this is up. The deadline for that is up. Yeah, because you wasn't focused on your stuff. All right, shit, that happened to me when I was younger. I used to always miss bills, deadlines, and I had to pay, a late fee or some shit. I was like, man, I got old. I said, well, that's what you get. All right, Esau taxes you. They make a lot of money on late fees too. All right, it says, if a man desire much experience, she knoweth things of old, and conjectureth aright what is to come. She knoweth the subtleties of speeches, and can expound dark sentences, right? These different parables. She foreseeth signs and wonders and the events of seasons and times. So how are you going to be able to discern all these things if you're not paying attention? You're not prudent in your business, right? You want to, like the scriptures say, you want to manage the house of the Lord. You can't even manage your own house. You can't even manage your own temple, but you trying to guide this person to the Lord, guide that person, and be the example. And the scriptures is a two-edged sword. All right, Proverbs 22 and 29, excuse me. Seest thou a man diligent in his business? He shall stand before kings. He shall not stand before mean men. He shall not stand before average men. All right, a man diligent in his business. And yeah, hey, I take breaks. I have my personal folly and shit that I do. Like, certain brothers, we might go wherever, go check out a movie, go, what I'm saying, lunch or whatever. But end of the day, it's back to business. Work hard, play hard. It's back to business. We ain't falling into a bunch of just, alone invade, just a week, 2 weeks of just bullshit. Nah, man. We ain't here for that. All right, this is our final chance to get right with the Lord. Don't forget that too. All right, the Lord judges that. All right, hey, and ultimately, if you're in that spirit, you don't have faith that because the scriptures say faith without works is dead. All right, you need faith and you need works. What's up with your works, man? You don't believe that the Lord will recompense you. You don't believe the Lord is going to see your work and take care of you. You don't. Hey, even before the kingdom, the time to come, you don't think that the Lord is going to. You know what I'm saying? This shit. Scriptures say it's better. The person who survives is better. And shit. Hey, certain situations, man, I really don't want to be in, man. That's why I move how I move. Like, Lord, please, I don't even want to be in this, But whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. But you get what I'm saying. All right, it's kind of what they say, a wise man will fear in all things. All right, hey, Proverbs 25 and 19, confidence is an unfaithful man is in a time of trouble, which is gonna be a lot of trouble coming up. You call yourself a leader, you call yourself a soldier, you might have men who are looking at you for that veteran experience. And you're going to have to know what you're talking about, or you're going to have to step down. You have to step to the side. All right, confidence in an unfaithful man in time of trouble is like a broken tooth and a foot out of joint. Hey, you don't have faith in what the Lord said? It's coming, man. Syria, they just took back Syria. These people moving, man. They got shit going on. What are you doing? You playing? Okay. So that all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua. I didn't mean to make this lesson long, but this is a hot topic. This is something I've been seeing for a while, and I just kind of noted it. But now the Spirit has it coming out, and hey, that's my spiritual take on it. Lord willing, it's edifying. Shalom to the elect.